Hi guys, it's gonna be a pick card reading on what's your aura like. Pile 1 gonna be Ethos, Two of Wands. Pile 2 gonna be Focus, the Hermit. Pile 3 gonna be Illegos, King of Swords. Pile 1. You chose Two of Wands or Ethos. It's gonna be your reading on what kind of aura do you have. Spirit, what kind of aura does pile 1 have? We got Page of Cups, Stillness, and Two of Swords, Halpheus. I don't know if any of you have seen Hazbin Hotel. I don't really support the creator because she's kind of unprofessional with her business decisions. But in the show, there's a character named Stillness, and you kind of give off his energy a little bit. Some of you more than others, but you're just very open. Like, people experience your aura, like what it looks like around you is very open. If I had to think of a color, I think of the color blue, like a very clear, whatever color your aura is, it's like clear and cool. It's not necessarily like a cool color, but it's never really super aggressive. It's easy to take on, but also very like deep, like water, you know? So like there's an emotional complexity to just when you walk in the room, like the energy changes. So I feel like people know right off the bat that you are an emotional person, or like they just see you that way because of your aura, because it's a very like, because a lot of you have different color auras, but it's a very like smooth, watery aura almost. And some of you might like do reflection magic or something, because something about your aura is like reflective, like Pisces mirror energy. Angel number 6666. Might want to look that up. That might have some meaning for you, but especially when it comes to creative projects, dealing with your emotionality and expressing your emotionality is a huge part of, like, it's the most time when you get to express yourself, your emotional self, I guess you could say. And even when you're not in those states where you feel like you can fully express your emotional self, it's still showing up in your aura. Like your aura, people around you might be like prone to feeling your emotions for you or something like that without you like even trying to impress it on them, or like it might be like a bothersome thing for you because you weren't trying to make anything happen, but your like emotions can affect other people. But that's just because like your emotions show up in your aura more than they like show up on your physical body. And like even when you're not fully expressing your emotional self, it's showing up in your aura. And this happens with everybody, you know, like you can tell if somebody's distressed just by like walking in the room, feeling the energy, looking at them. Like you can see people's emotions in their aura, but with you it's particularly sensitive. are particularly acute and very deep. Like, I want to stress, like, deep waters, ocean type, very deep ocean. um some of you need to like wear herbs or practice with herbs, or some of you might already practice with herbs, and it's really beneficial for your aura and like refreshing your emotional state as well. But that would be really helpful for you. And working with crystals and gemstones. Some of you might have been attracted to Pile 3 a little bit, but only like a little bit. Only some of you. If you're an artist, like especially if you're a painter, you're very good at making the shadows and the lights contrast in a way that like looks very, it really impresses upon you what you're trying to express. So yeah, you're really good at that, and like that's part of like how you express your aura. Like people can see your aura through your art, even if they're not looking at you physically. Like if it's like a painting or I don't know. Yeah, because like when people look at your art, it's like no matter what it is, even if it's just something silly, you come across as deep and emotionally complex. The art itself comes across as deep and emotionally complex, and open, like expressing emotion openly, or expressing deep emotion without even trying. That's what your art looks like to other people. But some of you might have like major astrology placements, like water placements, or some of you might be interested in learning astronomy or teaching astronomy, or teaching astrology. But anyway, that was just the energy off the Page of Cups. So now we're going on to this Two Swords energy. There's definitely you don't seem like a super dark person to people, but you also don't seem like a super like light person to people. You actually come across as very neutral, or like true neutral. You know what I mean? D&D, but it's like people can see the darkness and the light in your aura, and they just see that as you, as like how you come across is very like both dark and light sort of. So I don't know, sometimes your aura, or like the feeling that people get being near in your vicinity in like your aura, or looking at you for a long time or staring at you, it just, they can really cycle through that like light and dark. They can really like get caught up in it. Yeah. And when they do get caught up in it, it's like, it's as equally terrifying as it is like not terrifying, or whatever reason it is that they're looking at you or they're being near you. But you know, it's like it's easy for people to just like brush you off and see the ugliness in you, because you come off as such this dark and light energy, of people not used to balance will see you that way, will see you as like ugly. But when people actually look at you for a long time, it's like this weird thing where like they can't see you as ugly. Like you're equally balanced of light and dark forces. So it's like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like true beauty, where it like the longer you stare at it, the more you're caught in it. It's the same thing, but you can't like get away. And it's like true reflection. But I don't know, it's weird. It's like people out of balance will see this as ugliness because they're not aligned with that, but people in balance will like see their own beauty reflected in you because of that. Um, but you also, the way your aura comes across, like when you walk into a room, is of someone who like knows things or like has something, not necessarily up their sleeve, but like that would be valuable that they're bringing to the table. You're just not presenting it like obviously to everyone. So people think it's like an up your sleeve type of situation, but it's just because they sense that there's something valuable about you. And it's the stability. It's really, it comes down to the stability that your energy has of long term, like long-term accomplishment, long-term success, long-term relationships, like progressive, able to maintain, able to stand the test of time. Come here. Come here. Come here. My baby. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look at him. You shy. You don't like no cameras. It's okay. Well, people see you as you give a lot. You have a lot to provide. I don't want to say it like this, but people see you as fertile. Like your energy just comes across as a fertile person. So also, you seem like a leader. Like you seem like someone who would be good at having the base emotional maturity and care to protect and lead a bunch of people in a way where they would trust you very deeply. Or people like want you to lead them or guide them, or they trust you enough that they would listen to whatever you say. Like that, and that might happen to you often because it's just something people experience of your energy of like, you're the place to go, your sanctuary, your home, because you have this stability. But you also have this leadership quality of courage, of just someone who wouldn't back down, someone who knows what they're fighting for, someone who is fighting for the right cause, the right reasons. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. People see like your aura seems like inner child energy. Like I'm gonna wrap this up by saying like you have like eternal inner child energy in your aura. Um, like people may see you as childish or immature. You're actually a very emotionally mature person, and you're able to continuously be emotionally mature throughout a lot of situations like that you've been through. But like the reason people be seeing you this way is just because you have that inner child energy in your aura. Like you can't, even if you tried Pile One, you couldn't not come across as childish and just young, youthful. So yeah. But this comes across in an almost endearing way for some people, or like most people really, like they just see you as, I don't know, beautiful. So a lot of people hate you for it, but you know how it is. But that is your reading, Pile One. I love you. Hi, Pile Two. You chose Hermit or Fricus. It's gonna be a reading. Remy. Spirit. Spirit, what's going on here? What is Paltu's aura like? Oh my goodness, I love you. Oh my goodness. Drive me crazy. What do you think, Remy? Which one? Okay. Aw, thank you for helping me choose. You're so sweet. We got Two of Cups, which is what he chose, and Page of Swords. So we have Sayos and Lotus. Oh my goodness! You okay. Some of you might try to act introverted or like do your best to fit in with introverted or not introverted, extroverted. Some of you might try to act extroverted or like really put in the effort to do extroverted things and hang out with extroverted people. But you still come off as an introvert. Maybe some of you are ambiverts, but you just come off as introverts. But maybe you feel the most in your energy when you're alone, and like your aura kind of like thrives the most at that point, or like when you're with your most comfortable people, the people you're most comfortable with. So pretty, yes you are. Yes you are. Yes yes. Goodness. Okay. And people see you, no matter your age or what you look like, people see you as like old and wise. Like they just see you as old and wise, and they're like you've been around and you know stuff. Like people experience you as like knowing the know or whatever. And also, people think you have really nice hair. Like your hair is always going into your aura so well. Like it's always aligning with your aura so well, especially your crown chakra, and it always is doing this little thing that like just goes well with whatever your personality is expressing in that moment, and it looks very satisfying and appealing. I'm sorry, I get like really excited about those kind of things. I'm like, it's doing the perfect little thing. It's doing its little thing. But you can kind of look like a painting sometimes almost, the way your like just hair is flowing perfectly into your face for the moment and you're just looking off. I don't know, people experience you as distant from them no matter like how close they are to you. They're like, even if they are like right in front of you talking to them, it's like you could be off in another world. And it's not that you're not engaging with them well, you're very good at engaging with people and like and maintaining this sort of mutuality. But I don't know, people tend to see you as like among the stars, like unreachable, beyond them, on another level. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Might be a good teacher. Pile 1 was also a good teacher, but it's more like astronomy, astrology. You would be good at teaching philosophy or psychology or science. Because your logic is very good. Like, your logic is very clear. Um, It's almost as if your logic or your little thoughts, when you get all intense and thinking something out, people can see it in your aura because it's like all the little calculations and equations. Yeah. But no, I'm not serious about seeing actual equations, but I just mean like it's like people can see the gears in your brain turning because it's like the energy gets all like intense around your crown chakra. And it's just because you're a very logical person, you really think things through, but it's so clear that it's like really with the wind, with the air energy, and it just ties right into the universe. Like it just ties right in. It goes right with the flow. You're evil. Good. Um. um. No matter your gender, people kind of see you as like the ideal partner. Like they see you as really attractive. Um. Yeah. I don't think you know this about too, because I'm sensing there's a lot of masculine energies watching, but you got a lot of men into you. Like a lot of other masculine energies into you. But just, not just like for all of you, pal, too, not just that. Like you got a lot of people into you in general because you're very attractive. Like your aura is like having this passionate, and you just come off as very passionate and very sexually stamina prowess, awesome big dick energy. Like I don't know how to explain this. It's like very, very. People are like, I know sex with Pile 2 would be good. I know sex with this person would be amazing. Like I know it. I just know. Because it's just like you got this energy. Like when you express yourself, it's very sensual. Um, it's very like passionate. Might be just a passionate person, but like especially when you're talking about things you're passionate about, people are like, "Wow, Pal 2 is so attractive. Look at it. Look at them getting all excited." But yeah, I don't know if you know this, Pal 2, but you could really get anyone you want. Like you could. You have this way about you where like when you talk to people you make them feel seen, like you're like really listening, and you can establish this sort of like mutual energy thing in a conversation, and it makes people feel attracted to you. You really could get anyone you wanted. But yeah, people just see you as really sexy or having a lot of sexual stamina. That's how they see you. Your aura is just having a lot of vitality. Some of you might have orange auras, just a lot of vitality, passion. Like lust, but in a tasteful way. In a like graceful way. Um, Moving on to the Page of Swords energy. Goodness, Remy, you're evil. Your aura, your aura is like from a different world or a different time because it's like some of you might be able to like see past, present, future, like have what's it called precognition. Um, but if you do, this really just shows up in your aura a lot. Like people have this feeling about you that you transcend time. Like that's the kind of aura you have of like a being that transcends time, especially like the eyes of the aura, like the way the world looks around you and all the little eyeballs, like the world, like the veil, the veil of consciousness. And you be looking kind of timeless in it. People can see straight through you. It's very transparent because it's on all levels. Some of you might be connected to 4D and 5D worlds. I'm sorry, Remy. I'm sorry. No, I didn't mean it. I swear. But yeah, also some of you might have snake spirit animal, or just have snake-like appearance, like the way you move is very serpentine. Also, anybody who's ever lost you or like did something to wrong you has like wished they could reconcile with you because they like miss your energy. Something is addictive about your aura. Um, People just feel powerful by being in your presence. But yes, that is your reading, pile 2. Hello, pile 3. This is your reading. You chose King of Swords or Eligos. So, what kind of aura do you have? Let's find out. Okay, we have Shax, the 4 of Cups. There's a lot of horses in this reading today. And we have the 3 of Cups. Your aura is definitely intimidating. You also, a lot of you have yellow aura or like strong yellow near your solar plexus. Like your solar plexus is very strong. People really can see it heavy. Just got a strong willpower. Some of you might come across as domineering or a little wild, but it's just this energy in you. Like your energy is just that of a warrior, really, of a like a dragon, spirit animal. Like you're just badass. You got badass aura. That's kind of aura you got. It's just like this person's a badass. And some of you might have been like a soldier in a past life, maybe even in this life, but like I'm feeling like this more past life energy where you were a soldier and you won a lot of battles. Maybe not even a soldier, but one of the more high ranking people, like one of the leaders. Or I see you winning a lot of battles. Like you just have that in your soul, like warrior spirit. You've won many battles. You've lost many, but you've won most of them. But she might have some soul ties because of that. Might have some intense soul ties having to do with like war in a past life. But so this is for some of you. This is not going to resonate for all of you, but some of you got like this Viking aura. Like, how do I explain this? Big and bulky and warrior-like, and yeah. But it's like your aura makes you physically appear that way more. Even if you don't really necessarily have that body type, your aura just makes you look like that with your body. um, no, no. No. You're so mean. He claws me whenever he grabs my arm, but he really likes to have someone's arm there. Or someone's hand. But the Four of Cups energy. Some of you have a bit of like cunning. Like you seem like your aura has like this edge of cunningness or like the fox archetype to it. That's only for some of you. Some of you might not resonate with that, but yeah, some of you really. Ow, stop. Some of you could have been kings in the past life or something. Kings or queens or somebody of a high power, high authority. Either way, your aura just comes across now of like someone royal, someone regal, or someone who holds themselves in a way where they feel they are royalty. Like you're not going to accept anything more than you deserve type energy. And you could have a really strong bond with animals. You could, pick up strays and shit like that sometimes because you can get a little bit sentimental, but really you just have a strong bond with animals and it like you understand them, but yeah. So this is not often, but sometimes people see your energy as like a little demonic, like they see your aura as a little bit like of a temptation or of a darkness, but like a tempting darkness. So yeah, it's like they're seeing you as devilish, but at the same time they're like kind of into it. But with Three of Cups here, you might make a lot of friends. Specifically, a lot of you might make some friends with benefits. You might have friends who just come back to you even after they drop you. You just tend to make a lot of friends in general. Whether you're trying to or not, it just sort of happens to you. But you're very good at socializing, whether you know it or not. Your aura is that of like someone who you would want to be friends with. I don't really know what that means, but yeah, something about your aura makes people want to be friends with you or makes you come off as not necessarily friendly, but a reliable friend, a good friend. Yeah, so your energy is very real, your aura is very real, and then you probably have a lot of people, like haters or whatever, questioning that, attacking that, really just attacking you, downplaying you, all kinds of stuff. Even if you don't got that now, you might get that more in the future. Is like, whatever it is that you're doing with career emotional projects gets spread outward and has a wider audience. But even now, you just get people around you, like questionable people, who see your realness and feel that in your aura and are like attacking you for that because they're not real. they are fake. So yeah, it just is right in your aura. Like when you walk into the room, it's like people can feel it off of you. So I can see why people would be all intimidated and butthurt about that, because it's intense. Something about you is intense, like intensely real. So it's like a humble kind of realness too, like a dignifying, humbling realness that like makes people like sit the fuck down, like even without you having said anything. Maybe that's why you seem so intimidating with your aura. It's just like people feel like humbled by being in your presence or by your appearance. Something about the way you dress really goes with your aura. I'm hearing like diamond in the rough. Like you've been through a lot of rough things. You've lived through a rough world. Whether it's a family situation or just your home, like what you've had to deal with in your life and the place around you, like whatever city you live at or whatever. And it's like through all that roughness, you're a diamond, so you can't really get scratched up. It's just something so beautiful about you, like something that reminds people of like the comfort of eternity, or like things returning, life and death, like an endless cycle. Because you're so intensely real in a humbling way that it just, yeah, it makes you long for the comfort of like knowing the things you've always known. So yeah, I don't know how to explain that any better, but hopefully you got what I meant. I hope you liked your reading pile 3.